Candy and Kev, Candy and Kev, Candy and Kev. Get ready.
Here we
ready.
go, it's the show
Yeah.
you've been waiting
I know
for.
you've been waiting.
Just sit back, you will see you're gonna want some more. We talk about love, life, and fun all in one. Let's take a ride. It just begun. Come on, everybody, you're sure to get your laugh on. It's the Candy and Kev Show.
Mute off.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Thursday edition of Car Conversations with Candy and Kev, the home edition. Looks like my flowers are in my face. There you go. Possibly.
Those flowers actually
Think I did.
lasted.
Yeah, they lasted a really long time.
Yeah.
They lasted a really long time. So, before we go any further, gonna go ahead and ask you to hit that share button. Hi, this is Candy and Kev, and you know us from Car Conversations, but hey, it's the year 2020, and it's time to take that thing up to the next level.
It just begun. Come on, everybody, you're sure to get your laugh on.
Yeah.
And so we are back. Thank you for joining us today for this Thursday edition of Car Conversations with Candy and Kev.
That's my opening dialogue, my cough. We just got word from our good friend Dr. Naomi Hill. She said they have been without power for 13 hours.
Oh my God.
Okay, for those that we have people from all over the country, all over the world that joins in. We're centrally located right outside of Philadelphia, and yesterday we
In
got
New
hit.
Jersey.
Yeah, I want people to know where we. Well, I guess we can say
New Jersey is big.
Okay. So we got hit with a quick tornado yesterday in the midst of everything, and a lot of power was out. So if your power is out and you're joining us today, thank you.
I mean, that's dedication,
That's
because I think I
dedication.
would be preserving my
Don't go nowhere though. Don't go nowhere. We love you, and we're going.
But let's give some shout out. Good morning to Kat. Good morning to Anna. Good morning to everybody watching. Good morning to Richard, Vern, to Carol, to Yolanda, and all the other names that I can't see. Good
Dr.
morning.
Naomi.
Oh, good morning. I'm sorry. Good morning, Dr. Naomi. Oh, I forgot to put this thing in my ear.
Well, you don't need it.
Okay.
I'll tell you when you need it.
So it is Thursday. It's been a long.
It's been a long week. It had definitely been a long week.
And it's been a roller. Oh, and Anna said her parents Power has been out since yesterday afternoon at 1 p.m. That was when that first storm hit us.
I better check with my parents.
No, you probably would have gotten called by now, don't you think?
Nah, they already got a cordless phones.
No, they have a one.
Oh yeah, they do.
So.
They do.
So in any event, it's Thursday. So Kevin, what do you have for them today?
Today we are going to be talking a couple of different things. We're going to be hearing from our president, none other than President Barack Hussein Obama. Definitely, we're going to be hearing from him today. We're also going to be hearing from.
It's so funny. We gotta pause it. It's so funny because I feel like, all of Black America. Well, not I can't even say that, but that's another topic. Most of Black America and those with sense and like to hear presidents who speak in an articulate manner and actually makes sense and has solutions, is more solutions oriented and does not spew hate speech or use divisive terminology. Everybody stopped and paused. They were like, the real president is on. Like, yes. What we doing? What's our marching orders? What are we doing?
Was going crazy yesterday with everybody saying our president is on. And at first I was like, why do I want to hear that fool? But then I realized they were talking about
our president is
so
on.
We're going to be hearing from him. We're also
going to be hearing Leslie
from Dr. Bernice King.
Yes.
She's giving some tips on how to kind of be a part of the protest, even if you're not on the front line.
And, she spoke a couple of days ago because there are, I'm trying to think how I want to say this. There are people who are finding it hard to have conversations with their children. And that's just like across the board, and absolutely get that. I totally get that. Mm-hmm. But then there were some with opposing viewpoints who was basically blaming Black America because now they don't know what to say to their non-Black, mostly white children about what's going on and what they're seeing on television, and they shouldn't have to be introducing this type of conversation to their kids at such a young age. And Dr. Bernice King was like, yeah, but they killed my father when I think she was 5.
Wow.
Possibly younger. But she the older one.
No,
anyway. Okay, well, she was a baby. So
she's the youngest girl. Dexter is the
she was their age is the point I'm trying to make. And she said, no one gave me time to prep and prepare to hear this news. And so this is our reality. And no, that does not give you an out. My mother, she had to share her father with the world. And her mother had to have that conversation with her children. And actually, just as I was thinking that, I looked over to the side because I was like, and then Malcolm X, his kid, he was assassinated right in front of his kids. That's such a... Oh, this too much. This is just too much. Oh gosh.
So
also I came across something and I shared it on my personal timeline today about, this is not just about George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor. I'm going to come back to that in 1 second. People don't understand. This is frustration that will even date back to Emmett Till. Mm. So the tears that we cry, they don't want to have the conversation since I've understood words. That is so true. I had to read this comment by one of our viewers. He said they don't want to have the conversation that our Black men have had to have with their parents since they could understand words, because that is a thing. When our kids, as soon as our kids reach an age where they are not in our presence, so that, think about it. We're talking preschool age. Giving them on their level things, the code of like when to speak up and how to behave and
how to. It's funny. A friend of mine, a former coworker, he's a great friend of mine. he put up a question the other day, and the results were staggering. He said, "Hey fellas, how old were you when you had a gun pulled on you by a police officer?" And overwhelmingly, the ages started at 14, 15, 16. I think the oldest might have been 25, the oldest age. And one of our former white coworkers, she was stunned, and she said, "I really never knew you guys been through this. Like, I didn't know it was, she said, I knew it was tension, I knew it was bad, but I never thought it was, so we have to start having those tough conversations with our kids."
Why are you laughing?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you laughed. I thought you were looking at my face.
No.
Oh, one of our viewers said 20.
Yeah, so we have to. So you're complaining about having those tough conversations with your kids. We have to have even tougher conversations with our kids on how not to die.
You guys, those outside of the Black and brown community, it amazes me when I see traffic stops. Like, they'll show videos. There's a vehicle going past the house. They're doing some construction, so you'll hear that. But it amazes me when I see videos of people that are not Black or brown, and they're going word for word with cops in traffic violations. I'm like, now, the truth of the matter is, I would have been shot 11 times.
Whoa, Candy, because I've seen you do it. I've looked at you like, you gonna get us killed!
I have. I confess. I have.
I'm sitting there like this. Like, officer, she's usually not like this. She didn't take her medication.
Because I know my rights. Okay, y'all.
And as a black man, I'm scared to death.
Yes.
Because I'm like, you gonna get yourself shot. I got to now defend you. I'm gonna get shot. But I understand her frustration.
I confess, yes, there were a couple of times when I know that the situation was not warranted. Okay, that one time I really was speeding.
Well,
okay.
Every time we've gotten pulled over, Candy, it's not once. It's every look. She gets. I'm not even driving. She gets pulled over, and I start putting my hands out the window like this and saying, "Officer, I ain't got nothing on me, sir."
First of all, Nieces, don't make it seem like I get pulled over a lot. I've only actually gotten pulled over one time.
I'm saying the times that you've
I've actually only was pulled over one time for speeding, but. Look, I was like, all right, it's about to wait. How are we doing this? How are we about to do this?
Yeah,
how are we doing this?
It was a brother too. I was like, brother.
I was like,
she don't mean no harm.
I was like, how are we doing this?
Look, let me just tell you this, and my wife understands me. She wasn't at the place at that time she could even have a period anymore. I'm sitting over there like, she's on her period, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, hands up, don't. Like, I'm like, it was like, but hey.
But, okay.
Strong black woman.
And I don't even know where that comes from. It's just something that.
Like, she's putting her hair and putting Vaseline on. I'm sitting there like, Lord, please don't let this be the day I die in the hands of the police.
Where does that help me, viewers? Where does that come from? Like, I legit was, just grooving probably to India Ivory, like, I am not my. I don't know. Maybe I was listening to church music. I don't know. And then it's like, whoop, whoop. I was like, oh, this is how it's going down.
She
Oh, y'all
right
about to. Oh,
you.
wait, this is how we doing this today? And Kevin is like, Candy. I was like, no. Because
listen, I will take a bullet for this woman. I will lay my life on the line for her. But Lord Jesus, I don't want to have to if I don't have to. I'm like, shut up!
So he came up and he rolled the window. See, that was the only time. I've only ever been pulled over once, okay?
And one time she got out the car. I'm like...
So, wait a second, but I wasn't driving. I was just protecting the other people in the car because I was in a car with other black men, so I was like...
It was me, your brother!
Well, I didn't want to say who it was. But in any event, I've actually only been pulled over once, for driving. And so I didn't even know the proper protocol. So apparently I pulled over on the wrong side of the highway because that was the closest pullover lane I was in. I was in the fast lane and there was a lot of cars. So I was like, I don't want them to claim I was trying to evade police. So I immediately pulled over and I was like, all right, so we about to do this. This is how it's going down. All right. Kevin,
I'm
get the
sitting
camera
here-
ready. Kevin,
I'm
get
sitting
the,
here like-
get the video ready.
I'm sitting there saying the sinner's prayers like, Lord, if this gonna be my last day, please forgive me of my sins.
So I was just like, I said, Kevin, get the camera ready. Get the phone out. He's like, Kenny, I ain't put no phone in my hand. I was like, yeah, maybe you can't. Just sit it up somewhere because we don't know how this is about to go down. And the officer, and I'm looking straight ahead.
Y'all
The
think we
officer
lying. This
taps on the window, and I'm looking straight ahead, and I absolutely did this. And he taps on the window the second time, and I was like, yes. Oh, you black. Yes. And he was like, okay, ma'am, roll your window down. And I rolled the window down. How are you doing today, ma'am? I was like, I'm okay. How are you? How are you doing, officer? And he said, you've never been pulled over before, have you? And I was like, no, because I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I don't know why I got, okay, yeah, I was going a little fast, but
He looked
everybody
like-
else was too.
He
And
looked like obviously the gentleman next to you have, because I have my hand on the dashboard.
Kevin was like this on the
I
dashboard.
have my hand on the dashboard.
And I was
I'm like,
still
I'm
going.
going for my wallet. Sir, I didn't ask you for your license. You're not driving.
And he was like, so ma'am, this is your first. I was like, yes, but like I know what happens in these situations. And so he said, okay, so first of all, ma'am, you pulled over on the wrong side. I was like, oh, okay. I told you this is not my life. I don't get, like, I've never been pulled over. I'm a law-abiding, I kept saying, because I'm a law-abiding citizen of these United States. My son is in the military.
Wait a minute. I want you to be very careful because the rapper Trina made a statement similar to that. And Twitter is dragging her. So I want people to understand what you're saying. It's not that
I didn't want him to stereotype me as being just openly, blatantly defiant.
I get it. But what's happening right now is people are being pulled over that aren't even doing it.
No. So I didn't want. So basically, my intentions. Let me clear that
Yeah,
up.
I
My
don't want
intentions in
people to
saying
think
that to him was before he could use that bias, that implicit bias that we talked about yesterday. I no, I don't even, let's not buy it. I don't want you to let bias into this situation because I know how y'all rock and roll, even if even it doesn't even make a difference. I didn't want him to, let's have that conversation up front.
Yeah, because it's crazy. I know my wife isn't a angry black woman, but brother, when she rolled down that window, I was like, he gonna think she an angry black woman, and he's gonna hit me in the head just for nothing. I ain't even done nothing. I like, brother, because sometimes, unfortunately, I think it's just the police department in general need to be handled.
Well,
Because
with that
of-
situation, he told me, he said, okay, so first of all, he did educate. He's like, don't ever pull over on this side again, ever. I was like, all right.
Oh,
And I said, but listen, everybody else was speeding too. Why'd you just pull me over? He was like, because everybody else slowed down. I was like, because I didn't see you in the cut. But anyway.
let me tell you the favor of God, though. That same officer, 2 weeks later, was dealt with because of sexual harassment of a woman.
So it was a good thing my husband was in the car with me.
That
Because
he had
as I
pulled
said, there were a whole bunch of people. It was like, you know
And my
how we
punk
move.
behind sitting over there talking about, I ain't done nothing! I ain't done nothing!
I mean, it had to be at least like 10 cars and across the lane speeding. I was the only one he pulled over, so maybe he couldn't see you in the car.
Yeah.
I don't know. But in any event, he was like, well, I'm just going to run your information. I was like, run my information. It's cool.
And then she looked at me like, I ain't got nothing to be worried about.
I
I'm
did.
like,
I was like, run my information.
Like,
It's
no.
cool. It's cool. And he walked away. I was like,
I ain't got no real life tickets.
am I about to take an L for you and one of your kids and y'all doing something crazy in my car? And the guy was like, what? And I'm like, stay focused. But then, yeah, that officer, 2 or 3 weeks later, we go in the new. And
Hold on, y'all.
and there
Are
you
we still
go.
live? Can you text Kiana? And she knows we live.
And then there you go. He was arrested for unethical police behavior. So what if he would have tried to make me get out of that violation another way? But in any event,
Well, just thank God for favor and
I guess once I started talking though, he probably was like, oh God, she the wrong one.
Yeah,
like
so-
she gonna keep running her mouth. But
So
go ahead,
listen,
Kevin.
this is why we need this particular man back in office. Let's hear what our president.
Well,
Man took my video.
You just screamed in my ear.
I'm sorry.
So I guess they don't want us to show the video, which is. Are you sure that wasn't user error? Kev?
Okay, I'm positive.
This country's going to get better.
Thank you, Anna.
Now, I want to speak directly to the young men and women of color in this country, who, as Playon just so eloquently described, have witnessed too much violence and too much death. And too often, some of that violence has come from folks who were supposed to be serving and protecting you. I want you to know that you matter. I want you to know that your lives matter, that your dreams matter. And when I go home and I look at the faces of my daughters, Sasha and Malia, and I look at my nephews and nieces, I see limitless potential that deserves to flourish and thrive. And you should be able to learn and make mistakes and live a life of joy without having to worry about what's going to happen when you walk to the store or go for a jog or are driving down the street or looking at some birds in a park. And so I hope that you also feel hopeful, even as you may feel angry, because you have the power to make things better, and you have helped to make the entire country feel as if this is something that's got to change. You've communicated a sense of urgency that is as powerful and as transformative as anything that I've seen in recent years. I want to acknowledge the folks in law enforcement that share the goals of reimagining policing, because there are folks out there who took the oath to serve your communities and your countries, have a tough job, and I know you're just as outraged about the tragedies in recent weeks as are many of the protesters. And so we're grateful for the vast majority of you who protect and serve. I've been heartened to see those in law enforcement who've recognized, let me march along with these protesters. Let me stand side by side and recognize that I want to be part of the solution. And who've shown restraint and volunteered and engaged and listened, because you're a vital part of the conversation. And change is going to require everybody's participation.
Yo, wasn't that just a sense of calming? Like,
Are you sure presidents can only be presidents twice?
Can like we put
Like,
him
are
on
we-
the Biden ticket as vice, and they work again together? Like,
Can we, we are in a nation of emergency.
Like,
Not even state of emergency. This is a nation of emergency. Can we just bring him back?
like
I
the reason why I love Barack Obama is
see, all that anger, I was talking about before, when he started talking, I was like, man, you're right.
and you know what, Candy? Honestly, it is a place now where we have to start the healing process. And we have to start.
Did Barack say we had to?
Pretty much.
Okay, all right, because he said it.
We have to start the healing process and work together as a country to make things better. And it's going to take a lot of time. You had Dr. Martin Luther King, who was a peaceful person. He spoke in love.
But remember, towards the end, he was fed up.
Yeah, he got
and that's
fed
why
up.
they were like, time to take him out.
Yeah. And then you have, a generation of individuals that were brought up under Malcolm X. They said you hit me. Now the thing about Malcolm X that I loved was Malcolm didn't scream violence. He said, if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. Is what he said. He like, you punch me in my face, I'm gonna punch you in your face. You're not just going. I'm not gonna turn the other cheek. So that was the difference between those two, and I think both of them were very much necessary.
Are we sure that he can't run again?
I don't know. Are we
sure?
No, what is it?
I mean, this guy in office is making up rules as he goes along. Can we make up rules?
He cheated his way in the office.
Well, can we figure out a way to get him back in?
Well, the way is to vote for Biden, and hopefully he will be on the ticket with Biden. Because Uncle Joe needs somebody. Uncle Joe's that person that, like, he's this guy. He's this guy. Listen to this young lady right here. Never mind, didn't work. We back already. That didn't work, so disregard that.
So I need Uncle Joe is well. First, I don't call him Uncle Joe, but Joe Biden is more like the Ben and Jerry's. Did you see this one woman her post? I have to take this out because I can't do this. Her post was talking about like every other company in addressing their black employees. To our black employees, we see you. We're praying for you, and then smiley face, and then let me find it. Ben and Jerry. She said, I have to find that because I was like, basically.
What I was going to say is like.
She was like, it said every other company. Oof. Let me find it. Oh, I didn't put it on. I don't think I put it on my page, but it was every other, CEO to their black workers. We see you. You're in our thoughts and prayers. And then it was like, but then they put up Ben and Jerry's. Like, meanwhile, Ben and Jerry's is kind of like, let me find it. Go ahead, keep talking, Kevin.
I was going to say that pretty much Joe Biden and Barack Obama is kind of like when me and Candy get pulled over. She goes off, and I'm sitting in the seat like, officer, we don't want no problem, sir. We just want to do our civic duty to keep moving through this traffic. Like, I'm sitting there trying to talk to people so I can keep my life in order, and Candy like, no. So you need that balance. So I believe that.
So this was it. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't want to have seen this post. But I can't even say, but this is kind of like sentiment. She said, every other basic response. We stand with our black employees. Smiley face. Ben and Jerry's. We gotta smash white supremacy. F the KKK. F you. Black Lives Matter. Our new flavor is called F the police. It got blueberries. I was like, basically, that's kind of how, they addressed it head on. Now, I know that was a couple too many F words, and I didn't say them, so leave me alone. Just be nice. But that's the kind of presence we need. Maybe not using those words if that's not how you talk, but that's the kind of presence we need from allies.
We don't need that type of presence. That's pretty much it's the end thing to do. Like it's the
like Drew Brees. Why the heck did he black out his screen on Tuesday only to make an asinine statement on Wednesday?
Glad that ain't our quarterback. I mean, well, neither one of our quarterbacks.
And then Malcolm Jenkins, yes, you said it, brother. Like he came up, he came for him. He was like, really?
I will say this about the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. I was kind of disappointed because he took $1 million of his own money to fund police training. Our taxes pay for that, you dummy. Like, that didn't do no good.
And in other news, shout out to people who are really doing some things to help the cause. K-pop, the K-pop fans. K-pop is Korean pop. music.
K-pop.
And they are like, they have a following 90 million strong. And it's like a bunch of young people with nothing else to do, especially since they're quarantined. It's like 90 million young millennials with nothing else to do. And so they took up, because we had Blackout Tuesday. So those with opposing viewpoints had Whiteout Wednesday. Don't know if you guys know that, but those with opposing viewpoints, shout out to you, Nate Stallworth. Are you surprised he plays for the Cow? Who is his boss? Were you surprised? Anyway, that's why I said let's go on to news with people who are actually doing something.
I'm going to give
and these
credit.
people,
Hold on, let me say this. I'm going to give credit to at least the Eagles quarterback had enough sense to make a statement that was profound and stood with the people that needed to hear it. Dak Prescott, you are stupid. You are absolutely.
And are you still going to be rooting for them, Kevin? I need to know, what is it going to take for you to understand you need to let them go? I need to know, are we letting go of Wendy's? We letting go? Apparently, they put it up, Kevin. All these organizations that are behind closed doors supporting this current administration, they named all these different companies that we letting go. I'm asking you right here on the show, Kevin, right now, what is it going to take for you to let go? And you got the shirt. Oh, no, not
Well, let me put it on backwards. My head is not broke.
I happened to look up and see that. I didn't even, not them D's today.
No, that's for Duke now.
Duke is not any better. You don't remember. Did you just
It is
say
with a D, right?
nothing with a...
Denver.
They actually did something good. They protested, and what they did was, in Denver, Colorado, they at night, they all held their phone up with their light on for 9 minutes, because that's how long.
8 minutes and 43 seconds is the length of time.
Yeah, but they held it up for 9 minutes. And to
Barack just tweeted me, y'all. He
ain't tweet him.
He did tweet me.
And Kevin, let's get back to the thing at hand. What is it going to take? What is it going to take, Kevin? I'm just like we calling everybody, we holding everybody else's feet to the flames. Kevin, what is it? Their owner, what their owner's mentality is. You know what a lot of their players' mentality. I'm not saying all, but enough of them. The quarterback is the captain, and you see what and this is not the first time. Kevin, what is it going to take?
So let me say this. Just like I don't support Wendy's, just like I'm not supporting Pizza Hut, just like I'm not supporting, did they say Taco Bell?
Yeah, they said that too. You know who else they said? They said Chick-fil-A. I was like, oh God.
Chick-fil-A,
They said Pizza Hut.
Well, I can do without them.
I don't know Pizza Hut. They said Papa John's. I'm not sure about Pizza Hut.
No, Pizza Hut.
Okay, Papa John's.
Actually,
basically, we're about to eat a whole bunch of healthy food because all of our go-to, actually, Wendy's.
These are all the people that I'm not. TJ Maxx is one of my favorite stars. I don't wear New Balance. I don't shop there. Nordstrom's. Jesus, Saks Fifth Avenue.
Zappos.
Well,
HSN, Home Shopping Network.
Where that at?
Right there.
Oh no!
So Kevin,
just like I'm
answer
not
the question,
going to support.
Kev.
Just like I'm not going to support those companies, I'm not going to support the Dallas Cowboys.
And what does that exactly? What does that mean? Well, we know that they are supporting them because their owner supports them, and
if he supports,
and we
Donald
know
Trump,
we know that he supports him.
Then
say it, Kev. I'm gonna need you to say, I'm holding your feet to the flame. I'm holding you just like we put everybody else.
My football team, Dallas Cowboys.
Are we getting rid of the D stuff? Now you can keep your cousin's memorabilia stuff. I don't know what word I just used, but
until
can we cancel them? When you're canceled, you're canceled.
So that means I have to pick a new team.
Yes. I need you to say it, Kev.
If they're not going to...
No, it's no if, no qualifiers. Here are the things. It's time for you to pick a new team.
No, this is what I'm gonna say. If they're not gonna support the cause of
They've
black
already
people-
shown that they're not supporting the cause. They've already given you enough evidence, Kev. I'm holding your feet to the flame. I'm not letting you. They've already shown that they don't support. Come on with it. I'm holding your feet to the flame. The owner of the franchise.
Has he spoken out against this injustice?
No!
He hasn't?
No!
Give me the hat.
Oh, no. We gonna make this official.
Candy, no. No.
I'll be right back.
Candy, no. I need a new hat, Joe. I got no more hat. I'm done with Dallas, y'all. If they're not supporting the black cause, I'm done. Is she getting bleach? I'm done with Dallas. Candy, can I do this as
No,
Can I
it's
do
not.
it?
No.
Candy, can I do it?
Let me do the inaugural one.
No, because
Can you give me the first?
Powerful when I do it because It means
Cut it
more
up.
to me. It means
Cut
more
it up.
to
Not
me.
from the back. I mean, I'm gonna need you to go right to the. See, you don't got enough. You don't have enough. You don't have enough.
It won't cut.
Oh, I can make it cut. Oh, it won't cut for you, but I can make it cut.
So it's in my protesting against the Dallas Cowboys for not supporting our cause. I'm done with them. Wait a minute.
Yeah, let me help you, because clearly,
See that's
see how easily it's cutting for me. See, cut this up. See how easily this is getting cut up. Oh, keep on talking, Kev. Because it's working fine for me. Yes. Go ahead. What happened?
why did my daughter say tuck it, Dad? So as you can see, my wife is tearing up my Dallas hat because if they're not going to support the cause of African American people being brutalized and shot in the street and disrespected, then I cannot support you.
Okay, I'm
no longer.
listen. We can't have other people. We
I'm
can't
no
be giving
longer-
other people the charge, and we ain't
Let me
and
help
we
you.
ain't.
Let me help you.
Come on, let's do it together. Let's just. Now you can rock this all day, buddy. Yeah, that's what you can rock all day. Hey, man, thank you, Jesus.
Now that being said,
Wait, no, you can rock that. Let me see, Kevin. Let me see that. What we doing? Yeah, this hat looking better already.
so as you can see, I'm no longer a Dallas Cowboy fan. Unfortunately, I had to let that team go. But let's take a look at how other ways you can protest according to Bernice King. We'll be right. Keep talking.
He's trying to get the video.
I'm crying on the inside.
But yeah, he's talking about he crying on the inside. It don't matter because the rest of the day,
I'm just saying how much that hat cost me.
I don't care. That was a waste. That's a sin and a shame that you had it in the first place because they have a history.
Now wait a minute, Candy. Before we get into this, I want you to share with the people yesterday a white man from Dallas that
He wasn't from Dallas.
Texas.
Yeah, he wasn't from Dallas.
Okay, Texas.
No, I'm not. You will not use this opportunity right
No.
now. Let's focus on the. I'll share that story tomorrow, or you can go on my timeline if you would like to
Wait a minute.
read
Is that just 'cause you don't
my
want anything close to-
heartwarming story about something that happened yesterday. But right now, we're gonna focus on the thing at hand. You're starting to sound like them.
So
Listen.
let's go to a way where you can still protest, well, if not on the front line. We'll be right back. Hey.
Everybody doesn't have to be a protester to be with the movement to change whatever it is we're trying to change. People play different roles and functions. Some people are responsible for the bail money, and that's their contribution. Some people are responsible for the research, and that's their contribution. It takes a person of a peculiar character and discipline to be out there protesting because you do have to stay focused. let's stop looking at people. They're not on the front line. They're not with you. I'm with you, and I'm not on the front line, but I've been on many front lines that paved the way for the front lines that people are on right now. I see my role in a different way now, which is to prepare them, how you mobilize, how you organize, how you get the results from the reason why you're out there protesting, because I don't know what all the celebrities are doing or not doing. I'm saying that people play different parts in a movement for social change. That's why we got to connect the disconnected elements. They were moving synchronistically in my father's movement with many different organizations and affiliations.
Right.
So, different people were playing different parts, but they were synchronized and communicating and connected to one another because that was all a part of the strategy.
So, listen, you played your part today. Somebody asked, was that a fitted hat? Yes, that was actually a very expensive fitted hat. That was, listen.
Y'all gotta understand, I'm not upset about cutting it. I'm upset about that $39 that I spent on that hat. Y'all understand, I don't spend a lot of money on stuff.
So, but here you go. You need some water? Listen, let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. Pick a team, I'll buy you. I will commit to buying you another hat.
I would like a 76ers hat.
You don't have an NFL team now?
No,
I can buy you an Eagles hat.
Not right. Actually, you know who I might support? Who does what's the guy? Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook?
No, Russell
Westbrook?
What's the name, husband? Russell Wilson. Seahawks.
See?
I'm a Seahawks fan now.
Dallas got you so twisted. Let me just tell you, because here's the thing: we can't just talk the talk. We gotta walk the walk too.
You know what?
Bernice King. I'm sorry.
I'm committed to standing against.
So I won't touch any of like the stuff you may have got received through your affiliation.
That was my.
But no, because don't you have a
I got a
jersey?
couple shirts, but
I ain't gonna mess that up for you.
So let me ask you this: would you have done that if they would have been the same?
The Eagles would have never done that.
What if they did?
They wouldn't have never done that.
My question is, would you have?
They wouldn't have. I can't even fathom it. It wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't have done that. So in any event,
let's get on with the show.
So in any event, what Bernice King was saying is so true. And she said they were organized and they moved and stepped and they communicated across the line. So everyone played their role. Everyone had a part in the movement. Everyone had a part in the movement. And like I was talking earlier this week, for some march, for some they have the economic wherewithal and the financial wherewithal to fund the marches, the bailout fund. Yeah. And shout out to all of Chrissy Teigen was one of those who she put up $100,000 to one state designated just for bailout.
So one of the things that she said that was very very true, and I think it speaks to. Sorry,
I only mentioned Chrissy Teigen. There are many others doing this. I only mentioned Chrissy Teigen because that was the last tweet I saw before coming on the show. But please know, I know that there are other Black and brown people and allies who have put up money. I just mentioned Chrissy because that was the last tweet I read.
But one of the things that she said is it takes a special individual to get out on the front line and protest. And we see, like, if you don't have the temperament to if you don't have the restraint.
Can I ask you a question? Were you nervous when I went out on Saturday?
No, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I know if you had went by yourself or probably with just me, I'd have been like, you know what, let me keep my hands where I can throw them as quickly as I possibly can, or grab her to drag her out of harm's way. But because I knew your daughter and more so your daughter was there, that you would keep your because you spazzed out on people with your kids. Like, kids have told me times you went off in parking lots and jumped out the car.
I hate social injustice. I hate racism. I just
I'm being honest with you, because I wasn't able to be there because I had my granddaughter with me. the whole time I was like literally like, God, just keep them covered, keep them protected. So I wasn't necessarily worried. And I had
No, I was actually being moving strategically. I was
No,
like, because
I had-
you want to be smart.
I had a couple of eyes that was like, yo, my family is there. Can y'all look out? And I had a couple like dudes that literally was ready for whatever was getting ready to go down. Like, so.
I'll have them ready again. But in any event, so as Bernice,
I can't now. I said it in public.
So, they moved in lockstep and they were communicating across the lines and they organized. And so, there are many groups organizing across the country. Many states are building data. For instance, many states are building databases of Black-owned businesses, and not just Black-owned businesses, but for instance, Black doctors, Black lawyers, all types of, whatever industries they're in, Black accountants and things of that nature. So there's enough to do for everybody to get in where they fit in.
Yeah, legal people that knows the laws to be able to protect you against, to protect you with the rights to protest and stuff like that. That they can speak to the laws, and if you do get locked up, they can get those charges thrown out. So you have a lot of different ways and stuff that you can do. I know certain people that have said, I can't be out there, but what I'm going to do is buy cases of water.
Right.
And give those out.
So everybody can play a part. But listen, here's the thing. What doesn't help is if you don't necessarily, if you can't play a part the way you see somebody else playing a part in a positive way, don't, how can I say this? Don't speak against it just because you don't understand it, because that just doesn't help the overall movement. How there people doing certain things that maybe I can't do or I wouldn't do, but I'm not going to speak out against it because that's their way of giving back and that's their way of advancing the movement. But everybody has a way that they can play a part. So maybe, think about what the active with Dr. Bernice King was talking about. There were people who all that they could do were stuffing envelopes. Mm-hmm. So of course we don't do a lot of mailings right now, but maybe you can help build databases for the businesses in your state, the Black-owned businesses in your state, or maybe, you can organize, the food preparations or things like that. So everybody can play a part in a positive way, but it's so important for, how we need to watch our words and watch how we say things, because especially on our social media, because what good is it going to do if those with opposing views see you see a group trying, okay, this is the thing that I'm thinking about as I'm saying this. Somebody got Blackout Tuesday together, and so a lot of people were into it and doing it, right? But then you saw a lot of people saying, well, what is that going to do? It was a lot of Black people saying, like, no, because what is that going to do? Like, that's dumb. So, like, what are y'all going to do after you black out? I just refuse to respond to any of those people, because I know just in these last 2 weeks, different organizations that I have connected with in these last 3 weeks, since the Ahmaud situation, I'm not going to say situation because that diminishes it, since the Ahmaud's murder came to light back in March, on a national level, there have been several organizations that I have connected with to advance the movement in a positive way. So I know for a fact that nationwide there are people that are doing things in a positive, again, I'm going to keep saying it, in a positive way, and so in a forward thinking way. So you just have to actually maybe stop being a social media bully and social media critic and judge and jury and maybe use that time to find an organization that you can connect with. How about that?
And that's the thing. Just do something. Do something to advance the cause of dealing with this injustice. If you're not going to do anything, at least shut up. Don't say nothing. Sit down on your hands. And one of the things I met Andrew Crump about 3 years ago, and in Maryland. Had an opportunity to talk with him, take a picture with him, and I told him something. I said, "Listen, I appreciate and I thank you for all the work you're doing for the any injustice that happened in our community." And I said, "But I want to be completely transparent and honest. I hope I never have to call you, because the reality of it is." We deal with this on a daily basis. You see it happening, and thank God for people that dedicate their lives to dealing with the injustice. And a lot of times, they're not being paid for these. A lot of times, their family, when they go out, a lot of times they're not going out to get compensated for this. They're doing it because of the love of the people. So thank you to those individuals that lay down their life, and they give their work to advance the cause. If you're not doing anything, just be quiet. Tomorrow we'll have a special show for Candy and Kev. A lot of times we go through situations and we don't include the entire family. But tomorrow you're going to have an opportunity to see us with all three of our children, hopefully, or be with us in order to have the conversation and see what they're going through and how we're dealing with this whole situation, whether it's the pandemic, the injustice, as a family unit. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. You have any closing remarks?
No, listen, just continue to be kind to yourself. And if you're not okay, say it. I'm not okay. Find those small circles and safe spaces where you can talk about those things that are making you feel not okay. And if you need to push back from social media or the news because all of this is so overwhelming for you, it's okay to do that. Someone posted a video I saw this morning in Philadelphia. They're literally I guess it's the National Guard. In Philadelphia, that are policing the streets and things like that. And so here in the United States, in our time, we're not used to seeing that. And so a lot of this is just a lot for people to deal with. And so if you need to step back from social media or the television for a day because it's overwhelming you, that is perfectly okay. You need to do what you need to do to protect your peace and to keep yourself mentally and emotionally healthy and strong so that you can continue your fight in the movement.
Do what you gotta do.
I see Pastor Jeff Hisano. I don't know if he's still watching, but listen, sometimes, he had to let this go.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
He had to let this go. See, God has a way that God has a way. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I'm going to just keep on listening. Y'all tune in tomorrow. Y'all tune in tomorrow, as my husband said, for that very special episode of Car Conversations with Candy and Kev. We're going to have our kids on the show, and we're going to be talking about, we're going to do a lot of listening and let them talk about how they are experiencing the things that they see on social media. And my kids have been out during the daytime, and some of the walks and marches.
We have one son that served in the military and was looking to get into law enforcement. So we'll be able to get some different perspectives on everything from their standpoint and hear what they have to say, and how we as parents are able to help them navigate through these tough times. So listen,
see, you know what? That ain't nothing but the devil. Something on this dumb hat just poked me in my finger. But yes, no, he's thinking this is a Cowboys mask. Maybe you should call. Kevin's gonna call you after this here conversation, and y'all can talk. And y'all can talk it over.
Because they won't support the cause.
Call him after. Call him after.
So listen, everybody. This is closing us out. He's already been a fan favorite of you guys. He did something for me last night, man, and he did a quick video, and I was able to take that video and add some stuff to it. And this is none other than Mr. Showtime himself, with a video for you. Peace out. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. And Candy always say,
I love y'all, and ain't a thing y'all can do about it. But I'm loving this even more. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's what I want to say to y'all. Black Lives Matter.
Good morning or evening, friends. Here's a friendly announcer. I have some really bad news to pass on to everybody. What I am trying to say could mean the world's disaster, could change the joy and laughter to tears and pain. Don't you know that love's in need of love today? Don't delay, seniors in right away. Don't you know that hate going round breaking many hearts? I got to, we got to, you got to, we got to stop it, please, before it's gone too far. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't breathe. Black Lives Matter.